Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Littlest Pet Shop Starbucks because after I uploaded my last episode of Farfetched, a lot of you requested me to show you how I made my set. So that's what we're going to be doing. First, you are going to need to go on Google and you're going to need to search Starbucks logo to put in your Starbucks. So I just Googled that and I went to images where you're going to need to find a PNG, which means it has a transparent background. So it will usually be like a bunch of squares behind it. I don't know. And you're just gonna need to save that. And I'm gonna link all of the logos and everything I printed out down below for you guys to do. Now I'm opening up in a Google document, which is a free program you can use to print anything. You can also do this in Word or whatever you want. And I am just scaling this to the size I want. So when I print it out, it'll be a good size for our Starbucks. And I also just pasted in this menu, which I found a long time ago. It'll also be linked down below for you to save and print for your own Starbucks. So I just went downstairs and I got that out of the printer. Now I am cutting out the menu and Starbucks logo that I just printed. And you're gonna set those aside for later. And here we are cutting out our basic structure for our Starbucks. So you're going to want 3 different pieces of cardboard, 1 on the bottom and 2 for the walls. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second, I'll show it. I'm just kind of marking because I had already had my wallpaper measured out. So I have 2 walls and 1 floor. You can make 3 walls, but I feel that 2 walls is better for filming because you can get better camera angles. I'm putting glue on the floor now and putting our hardwood floor on. You can choose whatever scrapbook paper you want, but I had this wood flooring. So I just put that on. And for my wallpaper, I'm using 2 different colors. I'm just layering them because I think it looks nice. You can choose whatever you want, like I said. But I just glued those on top of each other. And you're going to need to make however many of those you have for the amount of walls you have. So I only had 2 walls, so I'm just making 2 of those. And you can glue those on either using a glue stick or hot glue. I felt fancy, so I used a hot glue for that, but glue stick would work fine. And just do the same for the other. And now you have your set. So I'm making this little connector piece right here. And I'm just scoring the cardboard so it will bend easier rather than getting all weird. Scoring is just pressing down but not cutting all the ways like I showed. And this is, like I said, going to be a little connector support piece and I'm putting hot glue. You can choose to do this if you want, it won't be as easy to store your set like this, but it gives it, just helps it stand up. So you could also just tape it while you're filming if you want to be able to store your set flat, but I liked this better. So I just glued that on onto the corners as you can see. Hopefully that makes sense. And it's nice and strong and it doesn't pull apart. Now I'm taking our Starbucks that we cut out and set aside for later and I'm cutting out a basic cardboard circle to put behind it so it's more sturdy. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle because it's going to be hidden behind your Starbucks logo. So I'm hot gluing it on and pressing it together. And we're just going to set it aside. And now we're going to do the same for the menu. Cutting out a basic cardboard rectangle. Like I said, it doesn't have to fit perfectly because it's just there for support. And I'm hot gluing it again. And we're going to set those aside for later when we put our whole entire set together. Now I'm creating cardboard tables. So I'm just sketching out the measurements and everything. Yours don't have to be the same size as mine. It's pretty simple. You just sketch it out and make sure it'll work. And I kind of wrote down the measurements on them. So yeah. This table is going to be the front desk though. And mine was 4 inches long and 1/2 inch wide, if that makes sense. Right there kind of says, 1.5 actually. I put some of the measurements wrong because I wasn't really paying attention. I'm just scoring it so that I can fold it. So when I fold it, it doesn't get all weird and crinkled. If you kind of know what I'm saying. So I'm just folding it as best as I can so it doesn't get like a weird fold. So now it's all put together. That's what the table looks like, and I'm hot gluing the corners. Be very careful you don't burn your fingers. I just kind of did like that. I held it together in the corners and just put some hot glue in there. You won't be able to notice because that's the inside of the table, and yeah. And now I'm doing the same thing for these two side tables. I only made 2 cardboard tables because my set wasn't really big enough to put more, and they're 1/2 inch wide on the little flaps, and it's like a 2x2 square. And you want to leave the corners with no cardboard, unless, well, yeah, you just want to cut out the corners and score and fold like I did the same way for the other one. And I'm just putting hot glue in the corners again. You could also do tape for this, but I think hot glue is sturdier. Now I'm painting my tables black with this acrylic paint from Folk Art. You can use whatever acrylic paint you want to. You can also water it down. I mean, it only needs like 1 or 2 coats. I'm painting the other one black as well. You can paint whatever color you want, but I like black because it looks nice and sleek, and I'm also putting this aside for later. Next, we're going to be making this display case for all the pastries and stuff they sell at Starbucks. I got my container from the Sparkliest Pets, that they come in these containers. I'm sectioning off this little bar down here for like a nice decorative design with tape, and I'm just painting it black so it has like a little strip of black around it. And this is definitely going to need a few coats because the black acrylic paint that I'm using is kind of going on a little weird. For this, I'm making an insert so we can put all of our pastries on it, and it's this little cardboard thing. I think I made it kind of 2 inches tall. I'm not sure. All the measurements that I wrote down in this video came out kind of weird, and it's 4 inches long. And it looks kind of confusing, but it's just a little thing we're gonna bend, you'll see in a second, and we can just stick all the pastries on there. I'll show you how I do that, but I'm just scoring the folds right there once again. So as you can see, I'm folding into this little thing that we can, and you want it to be curved when it stands down, so it's at an angle. You don't want it to be like a 90-degree angle, if you know what I'm saying. And that should hopefully fit in your display case. But obviously, whatever type of plastic thing you're using, you want to make different measurements. Now I'm taking off the tape of our display case, and as you can see, the lines turned out pretty straight, and I think it looks a lot nicer. And yeah. And it also feels really cool too. So I'm taking wax. I got this from my dentist actually because I have braces and they always give you wax. You could also use tape or whatever, but like I said, I'm using wax, and we're going to stick all of our little pastries on with this. So I just rolled it into a little long squiggly line and just pressed it on. Wax is like the perfect stickiness that it will stay, but it won't get all weird and annoying. So I just put these donuts that I got from online on it, and I just press them on. And I'm taking more lines and just putting different stuff on there. You could use whatever you want, sandwiches, Littlest Pet Shop accessories. You can make your own out of polymer clay if you want to. So yeah, I also have these little macaroons and a little cookie, and it fits nicely into the display. And you kind of just want to line it up, and there you go, it looks so cute. So now we can put our set together. I'm using these blocks that you can get from Jenga, I think that's where I got it from. I'm putting in my display case and this counter, the 2 tables that we painted, and now we can add our things. I put more wax on mine. I mean our things, our logo and our menu, and I'm just pressing it on the wall. And I also put wax on the back of this because the wax won't rip our paper at all. And you can press it on and make sure it's nice and even. And I'm putting a bunch of accessories on the back table, like for where all the employees work. I got these things from Calico Critters. They're little coffee makers, and a blender, and a milk, and some ice creams, and coffee, and butter, because you need butter for everything, and plates, and more plates, and a mug. Fabulous. It looks great. So this is a little overview. All of these accessories, like I said, are from Calico Critters. And our set is done. If you're wondering, I got these Starbucks Frappuccinos online. I didn't make them, sorry to disappoint. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! You turn my